Hey, what's up, everyone? John Martinez here. I wanted to hop on tonight while my wife's upstairs, giving the kids their baths and stuff, and talk about this kind of realization I had. Um, I talk a lot about sales, and I talk a lot about buying houses at discount. And the challenge is really to get investors and acquisition agents to give them a simple way to understand the most effective sales techniques without a bunch of gobbledygook and junk and stuff like that. So I always try to share when we're doing sales training, whether it's at a boot camp or like we did this morning on the phone for the online academy. I'm always trying to think of stories that people can relate to help them understand the sales concepts we're trying to teach. So I came up with a story. Hey, what's up, Patrick? So I was thinking of a story this week while I was working out with my wife. So I'm in my home right now. This is a little sitting area, and every single day we have a personal trainer come to the house, and we've got a gym, and downstairs you can see there's the weight equipment and all that kind of stuff. Actually, we'll go down there. So every single morning during the weekdays, Chance comes. Chance is our trainer. And, he comes upstairs and we walk down the stairs and we walk down through here and we go down to the gym. And every time we're doing it, I'm just dreading it because I know it's going to suck. I mean, these stairs right here, I have run up and down these stairs so many times. It sucks. But our trainer pushes us. And that's what I want to talk about because it's painful. And he's a really good trainer. And the reason why he's a really good trainer is this. If you're trying to get in shape, if you're trying to exercise, you're trying to do all that kind of stuff, I don't even know where to put this iPad down at. Let's see if we can find a place here. I'll just put it right on the bench. So here we go. So here's the deal. Chance is a good trainer because of this. I was on this bench this morning, or was it last night or yesterday? I can't even remember. But every time we do an exercise, Chance pushes us past our limits. He makes us feel the pain. When we're not pushing ourselves to the max, he makes us push past our barriers until it hurts. And that's when we're really getting a good workout. Now, he sees us hurting. He sees us struggling. He sees us sweating. He sees us, trying to push out one more rep and just losing it. But Chance doesn't say, okay, I'm going to take over. I'm going to save you from the pain. He knows we have to experience it for change to happen. So does that make sense so far? So our trainer makes us experience the pain so we can see the change in us, so we can get the change we're wanting. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see acquisition agents do in investors when they're going to buy houses is they start to talk to people about their situation, about what the property is doing to them right now, how it's personally impacting them, on a deeply personal level. And maybe, even on the other side of things, where would you like to be? And what would that be like? And what would that feel like? And, what's the big difference between where you are versus where you want to be? And what's that feel like knowing that you're not there? And when they have those conversations, when you have real conversations with sellers, you start to see them experience pain, right? Because there's obviously this gap in between where they are and where they want to be, and it hurts. And usually the sellers we're talking to are in distressed situations, so it's a crappy situation anyways. And when you start to discuss it, like, what's it really mean? What's it really doing to you? Is it really important that you change? Is this property impacting you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally? Is it impacting your loved ones? What you think about, what you stress about, what you do with your time? Is it costing you opportunity? Are you not able to do the things you want to do? And when you have that conversation, sellers get really uncomfortable because it's painful and it hurts. And a lot of investors do the exact wrong thing at this point. What they do is they save them from the pain. And they stop talking about that stuff. They become uncomfortable themselves, and then they change the subject. But you see what? The really good investors, the best acquisition agents in the nation, they live in that conversation, because when a prospect is forced to realize what a property is doing to them, how it's really impacting them, when they're forced to unpack that and go, all right, this is reality. Like, let's get real. This is what's happening. This is how this house is impacting me, and it sucks. When they're forced to confront reality like that, that's a good thing. And when they experience that pain, this is where motivation lives. This is where the urgency to take action comes from, because when you're experiencing pain, you don't want to experience it anymore. And they come to the realization, you know what, enough's enough. Maybe it is time. Let's discuss this further. Maybe now's the time. So just like Chance, our personal trainer, pushes us, and when we get really uncomfortable and I say all kinds of words I probably shouldn't, and he's like, he goes to this Christian college, and I know I shouldn't say, like, I'm dropping F-bombs because, like, I'm in a bad place, right? And I don't usually talk like that, and I shouldn't, but it happens because I'm like, my body's shaking, I'm just losing it. I was right over there the other day doing this ab stuff, and my body was like just convulsions, like it was a shuttle coming back into orbit, and like my whole body was breaking up like the shuttles do. And I dropped a couple F-bombs at that point. But even when Chance sees that, he doesn't say, all right, that's enough. He's like, no, dude, you got a minute left. Get it back up. You keep going. And he makes me experience the pain, because I know through that pain will come growth and change. And investors need to look at their prospects the same way. Don't save them from the pain that a property is costing them. Make them actually confront it, because most of the time when we have something really painful or bad going on in our lives, we don't confront it. We put it out of our minds. We don't think about it at all. And until we're forced to confront it, until we're forced to figure out what's going on and what it really means and what the true impact of something is, and if it's a bad thing, how it's really impacting us on a personal level, until we're forced to do that, we don't change. So investors, stop saving your prospects from that pain. Maybe they're in a good place, but they want to be in a better place, right? Maybe your business is at $1 million, but you want it to be at 10 million. That's painful, right? That you're not where you want to be. You have to let them experience the pain in between where they are and where they want to be. And only when they experience that pain, only when they're confronted with it, and only for the investors and acquisition agents who don't bail out because they get uncomfortable, only when that happens can you increase the urgency to take action. And if they are feeling pain, then it's even more important that you stay in that moment, because if they're in a painful situation, it's your freaking duty to help them out. You have to make them confront it. You have to make them decide whether it's important enough to make a change or not. And if you bail out, you're doing them a massive disservice, right? That would be like a physician treating a patient. And maybe you have a kid who goes in for a broken bone, and the doctor says, you know what, I'm going to have to reset the bone. This is going to be painful. And they start to reset the bone, and the child, cries out, and the physician goes, well, I guess the child's just going to be deformed the rest of its life because I don't want to put it through that pain, right? That's insane. So here's the thing. When you get into those situations, you got to ask the right questions, problem, impact, picture, perfect questions. And, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but you're going to run into situations where it gets painful and weird and uncomfortable anyways. Stay in the moment. Don't bail out. It's your job to stay. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps out. I hope that helps you buy another house. I hope that helps you help another individual or family who really needs help. Because when they're not experiencing pain, they're not going to have the motivation to change. So guys, have a great night. Bye-bye.